Welcome to Park Bench Interviews, hosted by Randy Goodman, Harvey Callis Real Estate, your real estate professional. Get to know our community, our businesses, products, and services that will elevate your life. Please welcome your hostess, Randy Goodman.
Hey everybody, it's Randy Goodman here with Harvey Callis Real Estate, and I am super excited to be here with my friend Claudia Harvey, who is a businesswoman. She is a mom of 3, she's an investor, and she's a serial entrepreneur, and I can't wait for you to share with us. Thanks for being here, Claudia.
Oh, thank you, Randy. I appreciate the opportunity to chat with you.
Well, I'm super excited to share with you because even though I know all about you, I don't think the audience out there knows all about you, and I want them to know. So first tell them a little bit about what do you do today, who you are, and then we'll get into like kind of how you got there.
Sure. Yeah. Well, my pleasure. Again, thank you. So I am a serial entrepreneur. I was in a corporate world for about 30 years, and I now have a diverse number of businesses. So so I guess that's how I can say it. So I'm a businesswoman and a serial entrepreneur. And as I move into different businesses, then we develop teams in those businesses, and then I move into a new business. So that's kind of in summary what I do now, who I am today.
So tell us a little bit about those businesses. What kind of businesses are you in?
Well, I started off with a manufacturing business 10 years ago,
Wow.
And that introduced me into a speaking from stage business. So I was invited to speak at a lot of stages. That introduced me into helping other people. So I created a marketing company, and that introduced me into investments, and I do real estate investments as well. And then we also look at, with a business partner that I have, which is Craig Dunkerley, we also look at other people's businesses and opportunities to buy into other people's businesses as well. So equity partnerships.
I love that. Okay, that's awesome. And you've really stemmed out. So tell us a little bit about what did you do before and why did you go in this route? Like, why did you ever leave the corporate world? But tell us what you did.
Okay. So I was, for about 25 years, I was in the corporate world, climbing the ladder like many people do. Mm-hmm. And in my peak of my corporate life, I was vice president of sales at Citibank, which is a big organization. I'm in Canada, so we're in Toronto. And so I was in the Toronto world, traveling all the time, being in sales, traveling all the time, working with a team, international team. And I had 3 kids at home and thought, I'm not present in their life. You're pulled in so many different directions as a woman, as a wife, as a mom, as a business person. And I had a huge, strong urge to just slow down and focus and change the path that I was on. So leaving that job to go to a different job. So I was in there for that job for about 5 years. It was more of an internal job, not as much travel, but still extremely demanding. Right. And I then decided that I was going to become an entrepreneur and start my own business. And I sort of fell into that concept, thinking that I would leave my corporate world, be more present with my kids, do it on the side, trickle into it. And that's not my personality. And I realize that now in hindsight. Once I do something, I do it 100%. So I started that business, and it just sort of took off as well. So that started the entrepreneurial path.
So how did you feel going from corporate to entrepreneur? Because I know a lot of people out there have either experienced it or they're thinking of it. So can you share a little bit about that?
Yeah, and that's a wonderful question. That's a great question. Very rarely people ask me that question. How do you feel? It was something that I did with deliberation and strategy. So I didn't leave the corporate world thinking I'm having a bad day, I'm going to quit tomorrow. I didn't do that. It was, I'm not happy in the route that I'm on and the path that I'm on. So how do I change that? And that was over the course of even a couple of years of percolating that idea. Okay. So strategically created a nest egg of money so I could make sure that I'm not, scrapping and trying to figure out paycheck by paycheck or month by month.
Right.
And the opportunity of creating the product that we created 10 years ago, the company is called Viget Apparel.
Okay.
And we created a unique product that had never been seen in the world before. And it was a very strategic launch of the business. It took 9 months of creating a business plan, marketing plan, financial plan, product, logos, trademarks, before we entered into that. And that was, so it wasn't how I feel. It wasn't like, oh no, what am I doing? It was a very deliberate, staged approach. But at the same time, I did not announce to the entire world that I was an entrepreneur. To the entire world, I was a stay-at-home mom. I'd left my corporate world to be a stay-at-home mom because I didn't want to risk the negative feedback in the environment in the network to say, well, what exactly are you? What you're leaving your corporate world behind to create gloves, to sew gloves, because that's what our first product was. It was a nail protective gardening utility glove for ladies. And it sounds spooky shishy, but there was a great niche in there. So, yeah. So I didn't announce to the entire world until we were actually successful, launched, and we had sales. And then we went on this little TV show in Canada called Dragon's Den. I say that facetiously because it wasn't a small TV show. So.
Right. Well, that's awesome. But that's an example of exactly what you do for your clients.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
You are very strategic in everything you do, and you lay out the plans, and you do all the pieces necessary in order to create a successful business. So I think that's a testament to who you are, but also to what people should be doing when they're thinking of a similar action.
Mm-hmm.
You also mentioned that you were trying to hide from the negative feedback. So can you tell us a little bit about that? Because I know, a lot of people might be told, oh, you'll never be successful and you can never make that work and you can never this. And a lot of people will listen to those comments and stop doing what they want to do or what they're passionate about just because of the feedback. So tell us a little bit about the psychology behind that and what you were going through.
Yeah, I'm sure lots and lots and lots of people say, what, you're going to do what? You come on. Really? And yeah. And I'm even in my early corporate days, when I was moving from marketing assistant to my very first junior sales job, the boss I had at the time, when I said I was resigning, went, you, and literally laughed in my face.
Wow.
And I was probably all of 21 at the time, and thought I could either go and hide and listen to those negativity, listen to that, or I could say, oh yeah, watch me. Watch me. So a little bit of stubbornness there in me. But yeah, lots of people, I'm sure, have negativity around them. And it's really your choice to listen to that negativity. But it's also understanding that you really need a network of people around you, that if you don't have certain understanding, talents, education, bring those people to the table and surround yourself with those type of people. I mean, my strength is not financial. I 100% understand balance sheets, income statements, etc. I 100% believe financial is a very strong part of building a business, but I'm not an accountant. So I bring a great team with me to make sure I do the proper analysis to be successful. So that's just one example of surrounding yourself with positive people that will help you in the course of your endeavors and your goals.
Yeah, thank you. And I think it's really important to have a good support team. Like, a lot of people think, well, I can't do it. I can't do the accounting part, or I can't do the technical part, or I can't do whatever it is, or the sales part or whatnot. But if you're not surrounding yourself with a great support network or a great team of people, then nobody's going to be successful. Every successful person in this world has an incredible team around them. So I think it's really important that you have the smarts and the hindsight to, and the forward sight to be able to see that and say, you know what, I'm not strong in every single area. And,
Nobody is.
yeah,
Nobody is.
and I need to have these people
Right.
around me in order to have a really successful business. And then look where you are. So can you tell us a little bit about the services that you do offer?
Sure. Yeah. So Dig It Apparel was the very first company that, like I said, is a manufacturing company. We have products now in North America and entering into the United States and the world. So that started, like I said, the marketing company, because when I was speaking to groups about starting a business and being a woman starting a business, people would come to me and ask me if I could help them with their business. And, you know, being a CEO and running my own business, it was very difficult to be able to do that. Then I thought, well, why can't we create this network to be able to do that? So we created a marketing company. It's called BG Marketing Authority. BG stands for Beyond Growth. And the Marketing Authority allows anyone that has an idea, an inception, to create a website, to create the strategy, to create the branding right from the get-go, or having a company that's already in the works that has some success, take it to the next level. It's a marketing company with strategy behind it. And then we have BG Property Holdings. So it's an organization that allows other people to invest their hard-earned dollars in other opportunities, not in the marketplace, but in real estate holdings that my partner and I own together, and they take just a small piece. And we do all the work, but they have some really great returns, and we do that together. And then we have an accounting firm, which is BG Business and Accounting Solutions. So it's taking all that money you earn, maximizing it to the best possible potential, and taking it to the next level. And then we're also, like I said, we're also looking at other companies to purchase and buy into from an equity situation, equity position.
Oh, that's fantastic, because you guys give other people so many opportunities to grow their money, to invest, to, you know, different solutions, a little bit, you know, more unique than the typical things that people would think about investing in. And you have options to help them do it, or to do it you know, on behalf of them. And I just love that you have all these different you know, platforms for people to grow, and that you guys are so open to looking at other ideas. And you know, so if anybody's you know, looking for a different kind of investment, or you just want to have a conversation about your taxes or your money, and you know, how can you grow, and how can you, you know, protect yourself, especially like in times we're going through right now. And you know, definitely reach out to Claudia and Craig, because they've been doing it for so long. Claudia comes from the financial background, so does Craig, and you guys really are solid in what you do. So yeah, definitely reach out to you guys.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're happy to chat, and especially in today's very tenuous times. We'll get through this, but we get through it together. Yes. And often people don't know what they don't know, so they have to start talking and looking at information and looking at different angles, and just there's opportunities out there that you just don't even know about. So exactly, we're all in this together, especially in this really tenuous time, extraordinary time that we're living in.
And you can have conversations like this on Zoom or on other platforms, you know, where you don't have to actually be together. You can still converse and feel like you're having a conversation with a person here, just like we are now. So Claudia, you also mentioned that you speak. Are you still speaking? What got you into speaking?
Yeah, well, I definitely do speak. In exactly this moment, I'm not speaking just because everyone's physical distancing, but definitely I speak in North America. I speak about starting your own business. I speak about exactly what we were talking about, is how to do step-by-step, succeed from the aha moment to starting a business, successfully launching business, and staying very strong and successful after 2 years. Pivoting in the marketplace when things are coming at you, especially like today's times. So yes, I do a lot of speaking, And even virtually, I do a lot of speaking. So a couple of the events that I was going to be participating in as a keynote, they have now moved virtually. So we have to pivot. We have to make sure that we adapt to the changing marketplace and still try and reach people and get out there. And I started speaking. I mean, Randy, you were part of the journey of my speaking life. And I started speaking because I was on, like I said, mentioned before, a little teeny tiny show called Dragon's Den, which is its Shark Tank in the United States. And I had partnered at the time with Kevin O'Leary, who was on Dragon's Den. He's Canadian. He's now on Shark Tank. And that was Dig It Apparel partnered with him on that TV show. It was a reality business TV show. Coming off of that, as a woman, as a business owner, as a very, very young business, I was talking to people that were interested in that whole experience. Well, that was a long time ago. So that has developed and morphed over time. But what's interesting is that when I was a burgeoning entrepreneur, we went on that TV show. I surrounded myself with those type of venture capitalists that made a heck of a lot of money. And in the course of my 5 years of working with Kevin O'Leary, watched and learned how he did it. And now I can say that the pitcher has turned into the investor. So it's, again, surrounding yourself with people that you watch, you learn, you see what works for them. And that's how I learned and grew. So it was quite an exciting experience.
I love that. Okay, that's awesome. And one thing we forgot to mention as well, you are an author.
I am an author. Yeah. I'm part of 3 international best-selling books and another one in the works.
Nice.
One of the books, the very, very, very first start of the books, is a book that I'm in with you, Randy Goodman. You're amazing. You brought this whole network of 50 individuals together, and it was just a fantastic experience. And that's also a wonderful example of, I don't think I'm a writer. I don't think I can do this. And how many years ago was that, Randy? That was what, 5 years ago you did your first book?
We started in 2014, so we published the first one 2015.
Right.
Yeah, Empowering
right.
Women to Succeed.
Yeah, Empowering Women to Succeed. And it was the very first entry into me trying to write. And I remember saying to you, I'm not a writer. I don't write. I do all kinds of other stuff. I don't write. But surrounding yourself with amazing people, you had a wonderful editor, a wonderful person that just brought the story out. And that chapter was in your book, and that became my very first international bestseller, and same with you, I believe.
Yeah.
And it was a wonderful experience. And that gave me the confidence to keep doing more and more and more. So
awesome.
Yeah. And in fact, even this past weekend, I woke up thinking I want to be creative, and I started writing. I just took my laptop and sat down and just started writing. So it opened up a whole new chapter. Chapter, get it?
LOL. Well, thank you for being a part of it, because it meant a lot to me. But you just have so many things, and I know there's so many things that we're not tapping into in this short interview, but can you give us some links where people can connect with you? And of course, they will be on this page, so you can click on them as well. But please share with us, how can people get in contact with you?
Absolutely. The easiest way to get a hold of me is just email myself and my team at info@claudiaharvey.com. Quite simple to reach me. You can reach me on LinkedIn, which is Claudia Harvey. You can reach me on Facebook, which is Claudia Harvey Inc. So there's many, many different ways of getting hold of me. No problem at all. And I'd be very, very happy to help anybody with any questions.
Well, that's awesome. I love it. I love how grounded and personable you are and approachable. So thank you for being that. Claudia, are there any last tips or comments that you'd like to make before we sign off?
You know what, I think just again, in today's extraordinary times, we can be overwhelmed and we can be isolated. And I want everyone to know that you're not alone. Everyone personally is going through their own struggles and stresses that often we don't understand. And if you feel the overwhelm, just talk to somebody, reach out. You do not have to be socially isolated. You might have to be physically isolated, but not socially isolated. So, even this interview, they have opportunity of speaking to you, opportunity of speaking to me, and just reach out. And there is definitely wonderful opportunities and support around there. So, and take this opportunity to perhaps pivot in your own world, pivot in your own choices that you make, because I have a feeling the world is going to look like a different place once we all come out of this. So So we just have to be patient and kind to ourselves.
Absolutely. Thank you for that.
Yeah,
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Well, thank you, Randy. I really, really appreciate it.
Well, thank you for chatting and sharing with us. It's so much value, and I can't wait to share this with everybody. Thank you.
All right. Well, take care, Randy. Thank you.
You too.
Thank you for listening to this interview hosted by Randy Goodman. We hope you will take action and connect with the incredible business people and leaders in our community. And remember, Randy is always here to answer any questions you have regarding your real estate needs. Be sure to register on the website and stay up to date on what's happening in your area at parkbench.com/millpond.